How to clear cache on Android, and when you should. What are short-term app information? All the pieces it is advisable to know. Your Android cell phone's restricted storage can replenish shortly. One reason behind that is that the apps you utilize repeatedly create new information to retailer data. These short-term knowledge information are generally known as a cache, and a honest chunk of your Android cell phone's cupboard space is perhaps crammed up with cache information. Let's check out what short-term app information are and how one can clear cache on Android. What is cached knowledge? Your cell phone makes use of the short-term knowledge saved in cache information to shortly recall related data while you open an app. For instance, Spotify would possibly cache your most incessantly used playlists so it would not need to load their tune lists every time you open them. Chrome would possibly cache a big picture on a website that you just go to repeatedly, so it would not need to obtain the picture each time you open the web page. A cache file is just helpful to the related program. Spotify has no use for Instagram's cache, for instance. In lots of circumstances, as soon as an app decides the saved short-term data is not helpful, it discards the accompanying cache information. Websites, apps, and video games all make use of cache information to give you a faster shopping expertise. Cache is not solely utilized by your Android cell phone, it is also operative desktop browsers and different software program. Without cache, your gadget must reload photographs and different components each time you access them, which is inefficient. The right way to clear the cache on Android units. On trendy variations of Android, it is advisable to delete the cache information for every app individually. Observe that you just hardly ever have to delete all cache throughout your gadget. Most often, clearing the cache from a couple of problematic apps can resolve storage or efficiency points. Observe these steps to clear cache knowledge for an Android app. We have used inventory Android 11 right here. Your gadget might look a bit completely different. Open Settings and choose Storage. Within the ensuing checklist, faucet the different apps entry. This may take you to an inventory of all of the apps put in your cell phone. Select the app whose cache you wish to clear. To see which apps are taking probably the most house, faucet the three-dot menu within the top right and select Kind by Dimension. We'll use Chrome for instance. On the app's information web page, faucet the Clear Cache possibility. That is all it is advisable to do to clear the cache information for any app in your Android cell phone. Observe that when you faucet Clear Storage as a substitute, you may take away all knowledge from the app. This primarily resets it to a contemporary state, such as you simply put in it from the Play retailer. Older Android variations gave you the choice to delete all cached information directly by going to Settings Storage Cached Knowledge. From there, merely faucet OK while you see the choice to delete all cache information. Sadly, there is not any built-in strategy to clear all of the cache on trendy variations of Android. What occurs after clearing cache? After you clear the cache information, you may regain some cupboard space and the app will proceed to work as regular. Nonetheless, because you erased the information used to ease out efficiency, some components will load extra slowly subsequent time you utilize the app. Whereas it could take some additional time to browse around at first, over time, the app will construct up cache once more based mostly in your utilization. Clearing cache should not log you out or trigger another main modifications. You will not lose knowledge like sport progress, browser bookmarks, or comparable. If you would like an extra thorough removing course of, see out Guide to Wiping Cache and Data on Android. Advantages of clearing cache. Cache information are vital, and also you usually need not mess with them. Nonetheless, it is typically helpful to manually take away cache information out of your Android cell phone. Listed here are a couple of ways in which clearing the cache on Android may be useful. Within the brief time period, clearing cache helps you save cupboard space in your cell phone. However, it is a short-term answer, since new cache information are created on a regular basis as you utilize apps. Typically, previous cache information can change into corrupted. When this occurs, apps might run into efficiency issues. Deleting defective cache information can remedy these points. In concept, previous cache information can pose safety and privateness threats. Net pages cached in your browser might comprise delicate data. If an unauthorized individual accesses these information, they may have the ability to use them to acquire non-public particulars. If a browser or different app refuses to fetch the most recent model of a web page, clearing cache can drive it to replace Do you clear cache commonly? Now that you realize the advantages of clearing cache, you would possibly assume it's best to manually clear the cache on a schedule. However, that is really counterproductive. Keep in mind that cached information serve the helpful goal of dashing up entry to content material you utilize repeatedly. That's the reason it isn't a good suggestion to incessantly delete previous cache information by hand. Android already has a built-in mechanism for erasing unused information that works fairly properly. The primary events for manually deleting cache information come up when an app's cache information are corrupted, inflicting the app to misbehave. You wish to delete information containing private data to guard your privateness. You are operating out of cupboard space in your cell phone and do not wish to delete your movies, footage, and apps. Keep in mind that it is a short-term answer. You may want to make use of other ways to free up Android storage space ultimately. Do I use Android cleaner apps? There are lots of apps on the Play retailer that declare to clear unused pictures, movies, and cache information in your cell phone shortly and safely. Whereas they'll typically present a helpful service, these apps are often not price-utilizing for a couple of causes. They usually make false claims, like that clearing cache information will dramatically improve the pace of your cell phone. The apps take up more room in your cell phone, and might even decelerate efficiency by continually operating within the background. Usually, they're stuffed with advertisements and in-app purchases. Take care when you determine to make use of Android cleaner apps. If attainable, keep away from them altogether. Most Android telephones already function some form of sensible storage that removes previous information, rendering third-party apps pointless for this goal.